It's been 40 years It's 40 years. The So, on that day, when I went up Chamundi Hill, not with any intent, simply. It's wonderful today, we are sitting here at the foothills of Velangiri. From that day, Chamundi to Velangiri, it's been a long journey, but that day feels just like it was yesterday or day before. And should I speak to you about the ecstasy of that or the pain of the consequences? Both, everything Everything will take 40 years. So, when without knowing why, when I burst into a nameless ecstasy within myself, every cell in my body dripping ecstasy, the only thing that my logical mind, not just logical, super skeptical mind, could tell me was, maybe I'm going off my rocker. That day when I went up, I was a very smart young man. But I lost him there. I don't know what happened to him. Because he was made up by me. And this guy came and trampled on him and destroyed him completely. He was a really smart man. Lost him, completely lost him. But left with, as I said, nameless ecstasies bursting out, overflowing. When I kind of got control over that as to how to hold it without looking like a fool, when I figured that out, I realized this is so simple. If I just create a little bit of space between me and my physiological process or my body, between me and my psychological process or my mind, if I just create a little bit of space, well, every cell in my body is dripping ecstasy. When I saw it's this simple, I could not I could not help thinking of making it happen to everybody, because I've been looking around, meeting various kinds of people, trying to experiment with life in so many ways. By then, I was only 25, but I had traveled a lot across the country. I've been in the remotest parts, slept in huts with very basic labor class of people, slept in good homes, been around with my family, friends and various things. I also, because I was deeply kind of disturbed within myself, because I saw so much injustice in the world. Wherever I saw injustice. In the social systems, in the economic system, in the political system, in the religious realm, even the family structure, I thought, was injustice. When you see injustice and when you're young, you get angry. So I was kind of always angry, not about anybody, simply angry. So, when I saw I was causing not exactly misery, but anger is a kind of suffering too. And I saw so much suffering, just to experiment with life, I spent a few nights, you know, this was a dangerous thing to do because my father was a medical officer in the Indian Railways. But because I heard that life on the railway platform is at its worst, so I wanted to see how bad it is. So I went and slept in the Mysore railway's platform, railway station, for about 3 nights. And I saw a really low level of life. I cannot even talk about it here. That low level of life. So I thought everywhere there is injustice. I tried to join a revolution. Well, I saw there also there was too much injustice. So I gave that up. And when I found that just if you sit here, being untouched by the physical and mental processes, you could be ecstatic. I thought the whole world will want it. Well, then I sat down and made a plan for the population that was there at that time. I thought a plan of action for 2.5 years, I will make the whole world blissful. See what a failure I am. Because all of you like this, I have to do 2 namaskarams to get 1 namaskaram. Because being involved in the simple process of life, most people have lost the fundamental spirit of life. Process has overtaken the spirit. How you were as a child. I'm not holding your childhood as an ideal. I'm saying that is the square one of life. If any progress had happened, by now you should be dripping ecstasy. Hello? For the joy and playfulness and exuberance that you started with, by now, whatever is your age, you should be dripping heap of ecstasy. But that didn't happen because the simple processes of life and in turn the reflection of that in your mind, which became psychological processes, have occupied more space within you than the very spirit of life. So then I started in my own way because I've been practicing yoga since I was 12 years of age. I thought, this is a good way to share my experience. My effort was to somehow rub off my experience of blissfulness and ecstasy upon people. Then I found, though I knew half the town, for various reasons I was socially active and people knew me. But when I tried to enroll them into my program, which was a 2-hour, 4-day program, nobody wants to come. Hello? Because lot of people had concluded that I'm dangerous. Why am I dangerous? Simply because our business, or a few businesses that I had built by my own dint, I didn't owe money to anybody, nor did anybody give me anything to make these things happen. When I suddenly decided to, just drop them. People thought this is very dangerous, he's a wrong influence upon us. So nobody wants to come. Then I had to cajole them, coerce them, threaten them to somehow get me to my program. Only 7 people turned up. But I'm extremely grateful to those 7 people because till that time, I was in a kind of condition where I was not willing to learn anything from them, learn anything from anybody, nor was I capable of teaching anything to anybody. I must tell you, this will be very surprising for you. This happened when I was in my pre-university, that there was a debate and some fancy subject anyway. Then everybody was participating, and me and debates and that kind of activity, academic activity and me were off. Some sport and extracurricular activity, outside college activity, I was on, full on. So, I wouldn't get into such things. But then they asked us to write an essay, so I wrote 2-3 pages of that. Our teacher read this and said, "This is very good, you must come to the debate." I said, "No, I'm not interested," because it was a competition. I never entered any competition in my life. A few competitions or a few games that I played for the school, whatever cups and medals that came, I never went there to receive them, because I always had a disdain. Trying to be better than somebody never kind of excited me. "Ugh, I'm better than you," that sounded kind of vulgar to me, so I never went into competitions. If I went, I never went for the prize distribution. So when they said debate, I said, "I'm not interested." But then a whole lot of my friends said, "This is great, what you have written is great, you must come and just say this, what you have written." After much coaxing, I said, "Okay," and I went. This I'm supposed to speak for just about 5 minutes. I know everything what to say, but till then I'd never spoken in front of people. I never thought it was an issue. So I went and stood there, wanting to speak what I have already written myself. But I looked at people and I went blank. I couldn't say a single word. I stood there for 3 minutes and all my friends saying, come on, say it, say it." Nothing. Then 3 minutes they rang the bell, because if you don't speak for 3 minutes, it's over for you. Then I came down. Then I said, "This is not for me, never again I will speak in front of people, because I don't seem to be good at it." So, teaching was not my forte in any way. But these 7 people, I'm grateful to them because they came and sat down. First day, 2 hours. Second day, these 2 hours became 5 to 6 hours. Third day also similar kind of hours. When fourth day came, they said, "This is too good, we want to listen some more." So it got extended to 5 days and then 6 days. Then it became a 6-day program. No control over what happens, simply whichever way it goes.